Hi, I'm Vitina with New Moves. I want to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule today to be here to see how we plan to add to the bigger picture of impacting the world by being the very best version we can be of ourselves. I know that every week we give you something to digest that sometimes gives you indigestion. Just a joke, because it seems as if you cannot make the change in one day, 1 week, or maybe in 1 year. But no, these are fundamental character corrections. Today, we are speaking on the subject of change. And as with each and every week, I'm going to give you the definition of the word so that we are all on the same page when we're discussing change. Once we get the definition, then we will just move on. The definition is, according to the Webster's Dictionary, is to make someone or something different, alter or modify, replace something with something else that is newer or better for another. My definition is to stop doing the same thing over and over and seeing the results, but expecting a different one. We already know what's going to happen based upon what we've been doing. And, that saying is, how's that working for you? I think that is a sign of being crazy, that we continue to do the same thing over and over and expect a different outcome. When we do the same thing over and over, each time we expect a different ending. We keep dating the same type of cheating men, but we expect this one here to be different than the last one that just cheated on us. We keep spending all of our money on others, but we expect them to take care of themselves after we have taught them that we are codependent and just to keep come back and looking for us. Or what about we keep giving and doing more and more at work and expect them to have an ability to see our work? Now that's funny. Same thing every day, doing the same old, and expecting a different outcome this time while not making any corrections to our effort, our behavior, our attitude, our thinking process. How will it change? How do we expect it to change? Or even, why won't it change? Maybe because we have to start change with us. We have to start the change with us, right? We talk about that several times. How many times do you have to walk around the mulberry bush? Do you know what a mulberry bush? It's a big shrubbery that people used to play the game. Here we go around the mulberry bush. Well, my grandmother would say that to me when I would tell her about certain situations that were occurring in my life. And at the time, I didn't really understand the comment. But now I see that that is a question that all of us needs to answer. How long will you keep doing the same thing, saying the same thing, and just expecting a different outcome? I hope you're writing that in your journal because that was even powerful to me. Did you know out of your mouth with your tongue, you speak either life or death to a situation? Do you have an understanding that because you said it, it has to perform unless you counter it with the opposite speech? When I learned that, I started being mindful of what I say. It is a chore and a task in my daily activities or my daily life to make sure I stay focused on what I need to say. You too can make that change and know that change starts here in your mind and in your heart. I want to go back to something I practice in my life that I suggest you need to allow into your life. We are made in the image of God. God spoke to the world as we see it into existence with his words. We speak to our existing world daily with our words. What are you saying to your world? Now, when I'm talking about your world, I'm talking about your sphere of influence. I'm not talking about the whole world in concept. I'm just talking about your world. Your world consists of your employees, your job, your family, your children, your spouse, your parents, your grandparents. That's your world that we're talking about. Your siblings. So we speak into our existing world daily with our words. What are you saying to your world? Are you speaking life or are you speaking death over your children, over your marriage, over your parents, over your siblings, over your health? I got a headache. I'm sicker than I can think about. Those are things that's speaking death to your health. Over your wallet. I don't have any money. I don't have enough to do this. I can't afford this. Over your friends. Oh, they get on my nerves. Oh, I'm tired of them. Oh, can they stop calling me? How about over your success? That you don't believe that you're going to be successful and that you're going to be all that you can be by being the best you. How about over your family? My wife gets on my nerves. My husband gets on my nerves. I'm tired of the kids. I'm tired of my parents calling me all the time. I'm tired of my brothers and sisters. So those type of things to continue to speak death over our existing world, that we are the spearheader of that world. Take a moment. Think about that. You said today that was not life today. If you think about what you say, and remember I mentioned this to you some time ago, you probably don't even remember, that every night before I go to bed, when I sit on the side of my bed, I try to think back through my behaviors, through the things that I said. And if the things that I said or my behavior was negative, I repent for that right then. I call it out. I call myself out and I take it back. And then I speak positive life over it. So certain things are going to come back to you that you've said lately or that you said today. And you need to know what category it falls into. Life category is blessing. It's joy. It's peace. It's success. It's happiness. It's beauty. Or was it death that you spoke today? You were cursing them. You were being ugly. You were argumentative. You were speaking jealousy. You were speaking negative. So when you get to your journal and you look at that, you have to see if God created the whole atmosphere and universe that we see today, the clouds, the sun and the moon and the stars, the trees and the flowers, if he created all of that with his words and we are made in his image, we have power in our words too. Now I know when we think about how we speak to others, we do not consider we are speaking in an authority of life or death, but we are. I am sure you heard the old saying, my grandmother used to say it all the time, if you have nothing good to say, say nothing. So now I'm going to choose to change to that. If I don't have anything good to say, if it's not positive, if it's not speaking life over a situation or life over a person or life over our finances or our health, why do I need to put it in the universe? Because then I have to remember that I said it so that I can deflect it, right? So we can do a better job to impact our world for greatness by making a change in our words, our actions, our behaviors, and overall movements. We have to change our own internal voice. that is blocking us from accepting change that will make our life smoother and much calmer. I just went through a change of employment, a change that caused anxiety, confusion, and definitely mistrust of others. And more than that, the nervousness of the change. Whenever we make change, our body reflects in the fight or flight. And sometimes we're in the fight and flight. In the fight, anger takes over. And in the flight, we're like, okay, I'm just going to curl up in a ball and wait. No, we have to go with the change. We have the knowledge of knowing that we do not know what this means for our future, but we also know we got this, right? We got this. We can handle anything that's given to us because we are impactors of the world. Last week, we discussed not looking back, but living today for what we want in our future tomorrow. I didn't hear from enough people about how their obituary was coming, but I'm assuming many of you are still working on it. But change starts by seeing what needs to be changed and moving in the direction of the correction. Change starts, guys. When you write in your journal, this is what I want my obituary to say, you look at it and you say, okay, I need to stop doing this. Okay, I need to do this. Okay, I should never do this again. Oh, I should do this every single day, right? Once you see what you need to do, then change starts by moving in the direction of the correction. You should write that down. The change definition was to replace something with something else that is newer or better. I love that definition because now when I'm out doing something, I can go back in my brain to that definition and say, I need to replace my attitude, with a better one. I need to replace my frown on my face with a smile so people know that I have a good heart or good intentions. Now, I'm not saying you got to change your spouse. You can't change your kids because that's going to be between you and God and them, not between me. I'm not a party to that. That means we will be able to change our thinking with new or better thinking and see the success of the change in our life. Also, we can change the words that come out of our mouth and see the results over our world, right? The whole idea is to make the change within us so that we start caterpillaring it or putting little tentacles out to everybody for them to make the change too. Daily, when we start our day, we have the opportunity to start with gossiping, complaining, cussing, being ugly. And I have lived this life and I have seen the impact upon my past. Once I became mindful of the words leaving my mouth, my first thing I do is to give thanks. I speak joy now. I speak peace. I speak wealth over my world and over myself. I speak health over my world and over myself. Once I started noticing that my first thing out of my mouth is not, did you see the news last night? Or did you hear about so-and-so? That the first thing out of my mouth was thank you that I get to see this new day. And thank you that this is the day that you have made. I am going to rejoice and be glad in it. Starts your day with speaking joy. I speak peace over everybody in my world and my family. I speak joy over everybody in my world and in my family and myself. I speak wealth, that they're not going to be wasteful of money, that they are a money magnet, that opportunity, favor, blessings go their way. If I meet somebody, guess what? They get added to my world. And I may not know their name, but I will say, the lady I met that had the red dress on in Target the other day, I'm praying for her too. Give her wealth, give her joy, give her peace. Because I want to impact her world too. She doesn't know me. I have saw a difference in my life when I changed from how I was waking up in the morning and what I was doing to what I do now as my regular routine. In the morning, I get up, I get a shower, I get dressed, I go for my walk. It is a 3-mile walk from my house. I'm speaking to the universe outside during my whole walk. I come back home, then I want to talk to my friends, and then I want to talk to my children, and then I want to talk to my mom. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wake up and speak life to the universe that covers my part of the world. You too will begin to see. Yesterday went by, so now we need to make it better than yesterday. And that only comes with change. Change starts with you and with me. It starts with us. Remember, we say quite frequently that we can only start with ourselves with change. If we are doing it with the correct heart, then it will become contagious and it will be impactful for others. People will want what you have. I have heard it called the wow factor. When people cannot figure it out, but they know something is good about you, they can't figure out what it is, right? They like you, they trust you. Why? We don't know. They don't even know who you are. They really don't even know how to pronounce your name properly, but they want to be around you. They want to talk to you. It's the wow factor that if you start oozing out life with your change, then you're going to be that wow factor that people are going to want to be around. They don't know you spoke them into existence today. I speak people into existence to cross my path in a day. I request that there is somebody that crosses my path that needs a blessing, that needs a good word, that needs something I may have. Sometimes I have some extra money today, so Lord, send somebody across my path I can bless with an extra $100. That is impactful. They don't even know why you are blessing them. They don't know why. You get to be a blessing. You get to represent our Creator by blessing them. You do, though, because you are the one that made the mental change to start to replace the old with a newer, better behavior, a newer, better thought, a newer, better words, and much better attitude, right? Listen, it is up to you to start the process. Look around. How many people are waiting on you to impact their world? Do all that you do unto God, and you will not go wrong when impacting the world. I promise you, if you start out with a mental change and purposely see and feel how you are starting to treat people or how you take circumstances for granted, you will start to see a modification of how your life reflects back to you. I want you to remember that I am a life coach, and I now have more time in my schedule, and I am now taking more clients. Usually, I don't have time to take on any more clients. I'm kind of busy. My schedule is full, and usually it's about 4 months before I can allow someone to get on my schedule. But God knew when I changed positions that to impact the world, I needed to be positioned for the overflow. Please go to the website, send us an email, call us on our phone. There is a phone number on our website. You remember that's New Moves, and New Moves is where you go. If someone will call you back if you end up with a voicemail, but let us use the time that we have to make it known that we are moving on to make a change. Your idea of making a change is going to be you. You can look around today, you can write in your journal tonight, and you can read your journal tomorrow, and you can see what things need to be modified or corrected in your behavior that's going to give you more life and give you abundance. I want you to live in abundance. I want you to live in good health. I want you to improve your world so that your world reflects the improvement in you. And it will reflect the improvement of you when you take the time to do what it is that you know you need to do when you wrote your obituary and you've seen there are things that you need to change in your actions, in your thoughts, and in the words that come out of your mouth. Those are going to be impactful for you. I want you to take the time to not just be a listener of the show, but to be a doer. Do what is asked of you or instructed or told to you to do. And then you will see that as you're starting to add these little tasks to your life, you will start to see a reflection in your life that you are the ripple effect, and the ripple starts with you. All of us have went to a lake. All of us have thrown a stone into the lake to watch it make the big ripple. You are the stone in the lake. You are the beginning of the ripple that will change your world. Impact your world by changing how you perceive things, how you think things through, how you analyze things, how you speak to people, how you ignore people. Some people just don't have a behavior that they need to change. They just need to add a behavior. So when we're looking at what we're doing, look at the behavior. Look at the words that come out of your mouth. Look if you instantly go to anger or you go to being upset. Remember, I told you anger is not a negative emotion. God was angry. So anger is not a negative emotion. What is a negative about anger is going to sleep at night being still angry. That is negative. You have to correct your behavior so that you're not going to bed angry with someone else. And why is that so important? I'm just going to give you a nugget right now. Why is that important? That is important because if you die in your sleep and you don't get to see the next day, you didn't have an opportunity to repent. So when we were told not to go to sleep angry, we were told that so we would have the opportunity to repent or to apologize or to clear the air with whomever we were angry with. I promise you, nothing that we're upset about, nothing that we're angry about is so important that we don't want to be in a space where we can say we cleared that up, right? We changed our thinking, we changed our behavior, we changed how we're going to respond. That becomes imperative for us to develop into the person that fits the paperwork that we did last week, the obituary that we want people to meet us and know that we are that person. It's a hard task. I 100% know that. If you are having a time writing your obituary and you want to talk to someone about it, feel free to give me a call. If you are having difficulty with making change and living your life today for what you want it to look like tomorrow, give me a call. If you are looking to expand your horizons and maybe change employment, maybe you're looking for some type of transition in your family, in your business, in your career, in your leadership with others, then give us a call. Go to our website, reach out to us. As I mentioned earlier, or if I didn't mention it, forgive me, you can follow us on all of the social media sites, which is going to be X, Facebook, Instagram, and you can go to our website, which is New Moves. I believe the spelling is somewhere on this paperwork somehow that you're seeing it. And you can visit us. You can visit our store. We have journals. Whatever you're looking for, we can do it for you. Thank you for taking time out of your day today. And I look forward to seeing you guys next show. Remember, make a change in your life and go out and dominate the day. Thank you.